Alright, so I added a temporary tank to a not temporary tank, a temporary light to High-Tech's tank until I can get the original light ready, running correctly again. And when I turned it on, I saw little white specks on High-Tech here. If I can get him to swim over to the other side, where you can actually see his other side, or get the camera positioned right. There we go. See those little white spots? That is most likely ick. So this is in the early stages, okay? I haven't done anything. Here's what I did. Last night, I added a little bit of water from my refrigerator's filter system. And what I did is I plopped it into this little container here. I made sure this container was all washed out and completely washed out and whatnot. And then what I did is I filled it up. And then I put this in, like I put about 2 or 3 drops of this in the water. And then I let it sit for about an hour or 2, maybe 3 or so. And it was originally filled up to about here. So as you can tell, I only added half of the original water that was in here into High-Tech's tank. And after that, it's been about 12 hours, maybe 13 hours or so, and I started now seeing white dots on High-Tech here. So with that said, he now apparently has ick. I'm not for sure, but this is what I have for to cure ick. I do not have a heater that allows me to change the temperature, so if there is some other method other than using this to cure ick, please let me know. So now apparently me changing his water is going to cause what I encountered in this 10 gallon to start all over again. And now in this little bitty 1/2 gallon that he's been in here for about a month and a half now, actually. He had fin rot, I cured fin rot with him. And now he's having ick. And the thing is, I don't know if this is actually ick or not, or if it's just something weird, because if I go over to my other tank here, this one has my Beto swim bladder disease. He doesn't have any white dots on him, thank God. But there's a heap ton of white specks on the very top of the surface of the tank. And it's also floating around in the tank itself. And this tank here is this tank's only a week or 2 old now. And I did top the water off a couple days ago actually. So I don't know what's going on. It seems like whenever I do a water change in my tanks to add just a little, add a little bit of water to top them up, it's like they get ick right out of the blue for absolutely no reason at all. And I'm using fresh filtered water from my refrigerator. And before he says it's my filter system from my refrigerator that's causing it, when I did a water change in this tank, I used water directly from the tap. And of course I put this in there while I was doing the water change. And then this tank became an outbreak central city of ick and everything else. And I had to completely tear this tank down, lost all but 1 fish. And I had to completely do a deep clean inside this tank. And now I have these 2 little guys to make sure that this tank is safe. Because these two can actually live for about around a month before. If these 2 can live for a month without any problems, I'm going to divide this thing into divide this tank back into 3-way. But with that said, now apparently he has ick. And like I said, all this started after I did either a water change or a little bit of a water top off. With him, I just topped off the water. Same thing with this guy right here. I topped out the water on his too, and now it looks like his tank is now filled with ick. So I don't know what the heck I'm doing wrong. I'm doing all the procedures I did when I first started owning betas. I didn't have any problems when I did water changes, nor when I did little water top offs. But now I'm starting to have constant problems and I don't know what to do.